Hey, what up everybody? Here we are about to ride Suzuki's 2025 DR-Z4SM street legal supermoto, all new for the 2025 model year. Let's hop aboard this bad mamma jamma and go for a ride. All right, folks, here we are on the 2025 Suzuki DR-Z4SM street legal supermoto bike, all new for the 2025 model year. Suzuki Motor USA has done the similar number of modifications to this tried and true platform as it's done with this DR-Z4S 400cc dual sport. Of course, this motorcycle falls in the lines of Suzuki's tried and true DR-Z400SM. That motorcycle was originally unveiled in the United States for the 2005 model year. Fast forward to 2025 and we get an all new motorcycle. This bike's powered by a 398cc single cylinder water cooled engine, dual overhead camshafts with a 4-valve cylinder head. This engine is good for upwards of 35 horsepower. Upwards of 35 horsepower at that 17-inch cast aluminum wheel. That's right, instead of 2118 wheels, spoked aluminum wheels, we have 17-inch shod with Dunlop Sport Max Q5A sport bike tire. Cool that this DR-Z4SM comes with a real sport bike tire. How cool is that? Of course, this motorcycle rides on a twin spar steel frame with KYB suspension with just over 10 inches of suspension travel, so a little bit less travel than the dual sport variation, but still plenty of suspension travel for getting some in the corners like we're doing. Another modification Suzuki's done to this DR-Z400SM DR-Z4SM is the fitment of a 2-teeth taller rear sprocket. 2-teeth taller rear sprocket gives us a higher top speed, and this vehicle is good for a top speed of over 90 miles per hour, if you can even believe it, folks. That is quite the top speed, over 90 miles per hour, and yet it still gets upwards of 50 miles per gallon. How neat is that? Of course, this thing drinks from a 2.3 gallon fuel tank. Now, the cool thing about this DR-Z4SM, same with the other DR-Z4S, is that this engine has a dry sump configuration. That means that the oil pan on this motorcycle is very short, and the motorcycle carries the majority of its oil inside the frame. How neat is that? So it carries its oil inside the frame, and that allows the engine to be very short in terms of its height. So in terms of its height, the engine's very short. It also allows the bike to carry a lot of oil. This bike carries almost 2 quarts of oil, which is a ton of oil capacity for this machine. Well, folks, we're getting ready for our photo stop right now. We'll check in with you folks in a little bit. Well, folks, that was a successful photo stop on Suzuki's 2025 DR-Z4SM street legal supermoto bike. Where were we? Oh yes, the dry sump oil system, which makes for a very short engine and a good amount of oil capacity, with nearly 2 quarts of oil capacity, 1.5 liters to be exact. So a lot of engine oil capacity that keeps the engine cool, keeps the engine clean, and ensures long service intervals. Speaking of service intervals, this motorcycle goes nearly 3,500 miles between oil changes. How cool is that? You get a motorcycle that goes thousands of miles between service intervals, and that is really awesome. Now, this particular power plant uses ride-by-wire throttle connection between the twist grip and the engine throttle body. That affords Suzuki Drive Mode Select SDMS, which allows for adjustable combined engine power and throttle modes. Right now we're riding in the most aggressive mode, which is mode A. If you want slightly less power, choose power mode B, and if you want even less, choose C. Suzuki was an early innovator with adjustable engine power with its 2007 GSX-R 1000, and it carries that technology over to the 2025 DR-Z4SM, of course, with the inclusion of ride-by-wire throttle. Of course, that old Gixxer did not have that. All these new bikes do. This bike also has 3-way adjustable traction control. You can turn traction control off. We also have level 1, which is the least amount of traction control, level 2, which is a little bit more, and gravel mode, which is designed for just the right amount of electronic intervention when you're riding on fire roads or loose, rocky, gravel type roads. It works really good. We talked about how functional it was in our official review of this vehicle from the DR-Z4S event in Washington. This, realistically, this non-IMU powered traction control system, it's the best application of Suzuki traction control on any motorcycles ever made. You have to remember, Suzuki has one of the more old school traction control systems, and they never really paid a lot of dividends to any of their street bikes, but the gravel mode on this DR-Z4S and SM actually works really good. Of course, we haven't ridden this bike off-road, but we did ride the DR-Z4S a ton off-road, and that gravel mode really does make a difference. It allows you just to get enough wheel slip where you're going to be able to keep the bike moving in loose terrain, yet you're not going to have to worry about the bike getting away from you if you're someone who's more new to riding. Now, we said this bike gets nearly 50 miles per gallon, but realistically the dual sport variation does, but this version only gets upwards of 40 miles per gallon. It's worth noting that we've been riding this bike at a lot more high RPM than we did the DR-Z4S dual sport. This 2 less teeth on the rear sprocket allows you to get a top speed of nearly 90 miles per hour, actually just over, which is really, really cool. Again, people were griping about this bike not having a 6-speed transmission, but the gear ratios are wide enough and top gear's tall enough for you to go 90 miles per hour, which realistically is as fast as you want to go on this type of street legal supermoto bike. It's worth mentioning that this 400cc single cylinder engine, yeah, there's some engine vibration. You definitely feel some vibration through the foot pegs and the handlebar, but it's not off-putting. The vibration is a lot less than we remember with the original DR-Z400SM. So good job, Suzuki, engineering a motorcycle that's not only snappy, but it doesn't have a lot of vibration for single cylinder engines. Of course, if you ride the KTM single cylinder engine, that thing has way more vibration than this engine. So good job, Suzuki engineers. You really did your homework when you reconfigured this engine. Of course. All right, folks, where were we? Sorry, we had to interrupt that recording. The chin mount we got for the Sarai XT5, we just fitted this XT5 and the adhesive came off. So the camera tilted forward and it was looking all whack. So we had to reposition it. Hopefully it stays on. Back to the DR-Z4S. And where were we? Talking about the fuel economy. Yes, it's upwards of 40 mpg, not 50, like the dual sport variation. That's because we're riding at a lot more high speeds. This motorcycle has the capability of going over 90 miles per hour, which is pretty good. Of course, engine vibration is present, but it's not off-putting, especially for a single cylinder engine. There's other single cylinder engines out there that have way more vibration than this 398cc DR-Z4SM. It's worth noting Suzuki did a host of modifications inside the engine. Everything aside from the connecting rod, the crankshaft, and the lower part of the cylinder is basically new. Small stuff like the shift shaft also remains. The shift shaft where it connects into the gear shift lever. So really neat that Suzuki put a lot of R&D might into upgrading a motorcycle that not only is a little bit quicker, is faster revving, has more torque, and yet still gets good gas mileage and remains reliable. Now this motorcycle rolls on KYB suspension with just over 10 inches of suspension travel. This inverted fork has these clever air bleeds that allow you to remove to balance the air pressure from inside the fork tubes and ambient air pressure. I really like that feature. It's cool because it allows you to get real accurate suspension damping. If there's a significant pressure difference between the ambient pressure and the inside of the fork, you're going to have just not accurate damping. by removing that pressure and getting the chamber to ambient air pressure, the damping response is a lot more accurate. We have independent rebound damping adjustment atop the fork caps here, but compression damping is relegated to the right fork leg. So only this right fork leg houses a compression damping circuit where both fork legs offer rebound. That's kind of crazy because the DR-Z4S has independent rebound and compression damping circuits. It's also worth noting that this fork does not have the ability to adjust spring preload, which we wish it did. That's a really handy feature that was added to motorcycles that were missing it, like Yamaha's Tenere 700. So it'd be cool if Suzuki had that, but we understand that it's trying to save some cost. On the flip side, the shock has full adjustment. Not only does it have spring preload adjustment, but a high and low speed compression damping adjustment and rebounded damping adjustment. So cool that Suzuki put a really high quality and fully adjustable rear suspension unit. It's worth mentioning that shock works through a linkage. The suspension of this motorcycle, the forks feels a little springy, but again, for a 340-pound supermoto bike, this bike rides over the bumps really well. This is a relatively comfortable supermoto bike. The seat is a little bit narrow, but it's a little bit wider than the previous DR-Z400SM, and it still has a good compromise between supermoto sport, i.e. race, and supermoto street use. Of course, this bike you're not going to really race, but you're going to be able to do track days on it and other fun stuff on the weekend. I would totally ride this bike around a go-kart track. Well, I'd ride any bike around a go-kart track. Let's see how this thing wheelies. Oh, not bad. More user error than anything. This thing definitely is capable of lifting the front wheel up with using the clutch. So the suspension on it is pretty good. Definitely a little bit of a springy fork, but realistically, for the speeds that this bike's capable of generating, you're going to be okay. This motorcycle only makes 35 horsepower at the back tire. It's not a lot of power, so the engine is really not going to overwhelm the chassis. It's not going to push the bike so far ahead that you need that less springy front suspension. So for the application, it's totally fine. It's cool that Suzuki does offer some form of damping adjustment, though the questionable single-sided compression is interesting, and the no preload is kind of weird too, but at least we have something. Keeping tabs on everything is this rectangular LCD display. Someone might gripe that it's not color. Realistically, it doesn't matter. It looks really clean. Speedometer, gear shift position, keep tabs on the 2.3 gallon fuel tank, a clock, the SDMS, which is Suzuki's combined engine power and throttle mode maps, and traction control, which we have turned off because we're not wussies. Of course, if you want to disable ABS entirely, you hold this bike at a stop and you can turn off rear ABS. You cannot disable front ABS. I might have said you can, which you can on the DR-Z4S, but you cannot on this particular bike. This motorcycle is plenty comfortable. Again, you do feel some vibration, but 76 miles per hour top gear. The engine doesn't feel like it's revving excessively. Yes, it's revving toward the higher spectrum of its power band, its RPM band, but it's not revving so much that it feels like there's no more juice to be had. As you see, we're twisting throttle fully in 5th gear, and she's pulling. She pulls all the way to 90 miles per hour, and that's up this little incline as well. 92 miles per hour, and the engine's still pulling 93, 92. Very nice. If we go into 4th gear, all we have is just about 85 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour tops it out in 4th. So yeah, 6th gear would be nice if you wanted to ride above 92, 93 miles per hour. Realistically, your street legal supermoto bike, you don't need to go that fast. 90 miles is plenty for this bike. Really like how long the wheelbase on this motorcycle. A lot of supermoto bikes get a bad rap for being twitchy. This bike is anything but twitchy. It's very stable, has a nice long wheelbase. Again, that plays dividends when you're doing wheelies on this bike. It's relatively comfortable, easy to do. That long wheelbase just makes the bike easy to wheelie, gives it a little bit better balance point. and of course adds stability. Well, everyone, we're not going to be able to ride this motorcycle after dark, but we've ridden the DR-Z4S after dark, and the headlamp on that bike works really good. We also like these LED turn signals, which help you stand out on the road, and that LED detail light. All in all, really like this bike, especially in the sky blue colorway. This bike's attractive, it's functional, it's easy to ride. The engine got enough bite to excite you, but not enough to scare you. It rolls well at 75 miles per hour in top gear. It has good electronics and the ability to adjust the combined engine power and throttle mode. Most really handy for different riders of different skill sets, as is the traction control. Some of the knocks we have on this bike is, yeah, it'd be nice if it was faster. It'd be nice if it was faster. We'd love if it had a quick shifter, but again, for the price, we understand. And not having that preload adjustment atop the fork cap, that would be a bigger deal. We'd rather be able to adjust the fork spring preload than have independent compression damping adjustment. The spring preload atop the fork caps would be a more handy feature. Well, everyone, we're on the sort of boring highway, but we're riding to dinner, and I love eating. I'm a fat boy who loves putting food in his mouth, so I'm very excited right now. We're gonna ride to where we're going and wrap this thing up. We'll catch you guys in a little bit. Well, everyone, I'm not gonna lie, that was a hoot getting to know Suzuki's 2025 DR-Z4SM. Apologies for the little camera faux pas. We'll work on that next time. But this bike is a really cool bike. Really like the way it looks in this sky blue colorway. Really attractive, great proportions, awesome balance. I just did a wheelie over there in first gear, and the thing's got a great balance point. You just got to cover that rear brake, because this thing has a balance point where you want to be a little bit around 9, 10 o'clock, and then it gets really fun, but you got to make sure you cover that rear brake. All in all, a really cool bike from Suzuki Motor, super high quality. Look at the craftsmanship. You can tell this motorcycle is made in Japan. This engine's got good torque. It doesn't vibrate that much. This thing handles way more agilely than you'd think for a 340-pound bike. And this bike has a lot of character. It's just a fun, affordable supermoto. And if you're looking for a street legal supermoto that looks cool, is functional, and won't break the bank at $9,000, check out this 2025 DR-Z4SM. Well, as always, folks, make sure to like this video if you thought it was cool. Sound it off in the comment section. What do you think of this 2025 DR-Z4SM, and what do you think of this color? Make sure to subscribe to the Adam Waheed YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Adam Waheed for all my hijinks and my popular vertical mini series. Everything you need to know, top 5 features, top 5 riding, and more to come. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for riding with us.